I got something in the mail today. All right, I really didn't get anything in the mail today. This is DarthSkater7. Welcome to the channel and thanks for stopping by. I happen to be lucky enough to have some really cool friends that are also nerds and geeks just like me, and they get stuff and want me to review it. So today we have the RG353VS. There is a breakdown of this acronym, and I'm not going to look it up, but it does tell you what model it is, what series it is, and also the type of handheld that you have. This is the vertical. So what I like about this, because we're going to get right into it, is the packaging. I don't know what that is, but we have like the schematics and everything, or like a visual representation of what the item looks like. On one side here, if you can see this, it says what type of systems that it does support, and also says that it has a 3200 milliamp battery lasting 6 hours. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and get right into it instead of looking at the box and check this thing out. So I'll go ahead and set that to the side, and then we'll take the unit out and then see what else is inside of the box. All right, a little bit of case stuff. Looks like we have a USB and also a Type-C connector right here, so that's probably going to be for the charging, of course, and also data transfer. I'm saying we have what feels like a screen protector, and of course your wipes, and then the owner's manual here, and then looks like a case for like a mini SD card. So most likely it's probably already in the unit. We'll go ahead and put all that stuff back in here and put that to the side. Now I do have my Mini Plus out for size comparison. So let's go ahead and take this out. Okay, we got like a little piece of foam here that's covering up the screen and also giving us a little bit of standoff for the buttons and also the directional pad. And also we have 2 analog sticks on here I would like to note. So go ahead and throw that to the side. Let's go ahead and power this on, and I'll talk about the keys and everything that's around it. So we have our power button right here. I'm assuming this R here is going to be the reset. We have 2 mini SD slots right here. In the front we have 2 analog sticks, and that's very interesting, and then a front-facing middle speaker here. Looks like we have our function key right there, our start and select, and then our ABXY buttons here. And what I like about this is, okay, so on the Mini, there's nothing on the face buttons. You have it actually etched onto the body, but for this, the buttons have it kind of I guess ingrained into the face buttons. Then you have your directional pad. Feels good. And then we go to the other side here, and then we have our volume rocker up here at the top. We have our charging port right here, and at the very top we have our headphone jack, a mini HDMI out, so you can plug this into the TV, and then looks like we have our OTG right there. Yeah. All right, so let's get into what the software looks like, or the operating system. So I know for a fact this runs RetroArch on the back end, and then we have this I guess this operating system display here for our different systems. So we have our ports, settings, Sega Master System. We have our Sega Mega Drive, Game Gear, Dreamcast, which is pretty cool because this thing has to be pretty powerful for a handheld to be running Dreamcast. Neo Geo, which is arcade, Neo Geo Pocket, PlayStation, PSP, and then we have our favorites, also all games, but then there's some more systems here too. Vertical Arcade, MAME, which is also arcade, Final Burn, also arcade, Wonder Swan Color, Capcom PlayStation 1, 2, and 3, and those all 3 are also arcades, but specifically for Capcom games. MSX, PC Engine, which is going to be your TurboGrafx 16, Nintendo, Game Boy, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, and we're back to the beginning with OpenBR, which is Beats of Rage. So that's a lot of systems for this device. Also, I didn't go over this. We have our shoulder buttons, our left and right, which feel really good when you're holding it. I have pretty big hands. My only concern is the analog sticks here. I'm not sure how effective they're going to be, but then again, it's because I'm not used to having something like this, a vertical console right here, handheld with analog sticks on it. Kind of weird to me, but they probably are very effective. For something that you would have analog sticks on, there is another version of this, and I think it's called the PS RG whatever PS, but it has analog sticks, and it's shaped kind of like a PSP or a Vita. I would expect something with 2 analog sticks to probably be more effective with something that has a form factor like this. So I'm going to probably look into that as well and see what it's all about. So I'll set that to the side. But size comparison, it's very compact, very handheld. We have our Mayu Mini Plus right here, and that's the size comparison there. So a little bit taller, a little bit fatter, but about the same size, rounded at the end. And yeah, so let's go ahead and start messing around. Now with the screen, you can see that it's kind of, it doesn't look washed out, but it's very, very bright. And I'm not going to look into how to turn that down. I'm pretty sure there's probably some button combination to turn this down, but I just want to do a quick review and first initial thoughts about this handheld. I love this. Pretty much I love any handheld that's very effective. Pretty powerful. I think this is under $100 or right at $100 if you factor in your shipping and all the other good stuff and taxes. But for the price, you can't beat that. With all those different systems that I just showed you, and also you know, with how good this thing feels. I mean, I can't express enough how solid this thing is. So I'll go ahead and turn it up a little bit. And let's go ahead and do our tried and true regular Nintendo, and let's load something up there. Let's see, let's load up, let's do Double Dragon. Let's do Double Dragon. And I'm gonna turn it up. I want to see how these speakers are. It's pretty damn loud. Let's go ahead and start it up. And if you've played this game before, very nostalgic. All right, we're gonna do player 1. See how that translates on the screen. And we're not gonna play too much. We're gonna play a little bit. Let's test out the directional pad and see how responsive this thing is. Pretty responsive. Lots of memories of me getting my ass whooped. Now, usually me and my twin brother, we would play this for hours at the bowling alley. He wants to get back up. All right, he's down now. So then if I want to get out of this game here, let me go ahead and turn it down a little bit. We got a chance to hear the speaker. If I want to get out of this, I would just press my function key right there. And then since we are in RetroArch, I'm just going to go ahead and go down to Close Content and select it. And then we're going to quit RetroArch. All right, let's test out these analog sticks here. Let's go to another system and let's try Dreamcast. Yeah, let's try Dreamcast. And let's do Crazy Taxi 2 and let's see how the analog sticks work. Or matter of fact, no, let's do Soul Calibur. I want to see how Soul Calibur works out. Now look at that kind of washout on the screen. Then again, you're never going to play the game like this anyway. You're going to play it front facing. But you can't go wrong with something like this. Like, look, freaking handheld. Pop it in your pocket and keep it going. All right, let's see. All right, let's press start. It's running it pretty damn smooth. I'll give it that. All right, let's see if we can skip past this and get into the game. I hear a little bit of audio clipping there, but we're gonna keep it moving. Let's see, who did I used to use all the time? Yeah, we're gonna go with Kilk. It looks like it's running pretty damn smooth though. I don't know what buttons to press, but I know I need to get that stick. There we go. Yeah, easy light work right there. This runs this pretty smooth. All right, we'll go ahead and finish this fight up, and then we'll move on to another system, and then we'll try to wrap this this video up. I'll give my final thoughts, and you know, I will leave a description in the, or I will leave a link in the description so you guys can get to it and maybe purchase if you want to. And I'll do the whole site so you can see if you want to get it or not. So go ahead and get out there. Keep on beating that ass. I have to do it that dirty. All right, let's get out of this the same way, and then we're gonna close the content. Quit RetroArch. And I like how it goes back and it says the Anbernic logo every time we leave out of a program. All right, let's see. What do we want to try next? Let's try Nintendo 64 because I know for a fact that Nintendo 64 emulation on PCs sometimes can be very janky. So for a handheld like this, and it's running on a Linux operating system, I think that that's pretty cool. There is a different version. This is the Anbernic RG353V. Now there is also a version V that also is dual boot, and you can run Android and Linux on it. Also has a touchscreen, and I think it costs a little bit more. Now for something like this, I believe, like, when are you ever going to use a touchscreen for something like this? Maybe if you're going to get Android as a dual boot, possibly, but for the price and for value, I believe that the VS version is probably the best one for you to get. Unless you want to mess around with some Android, but then again, you probably got your phone, and you probably got an iPhone or an Android phone, which is way more powerful. So for the price, I believe that the VS version, this one, is probably the best one as far as getting your more bang for your buck, honestly. So let's go ahead and go to Nintendo 64, and let's find a game. Let's try it, and we'll even play a PlayStation game as well. All right, so where is our Nintendo 64? What games do they have on here? I would do Legend of Zelda, but I'm not gonna do that because I know that the intro is pretty damn long. So let's do F-Zero. Yeah, let's do F-Zero. Not a bad screen. Now, note that the screen for this one is a lot darker, but this is pretty good too. I can hear a little bit of audio clipping, but that might not be bad. Let's see what we want to do. GP race? Let's just try anything. And I'm going to try the analog stick on this one. See a little bit of frame skips there, and I can hear a little bit of the audio clipping. All right, not bad. With the analog stick, not bad at all. I don't know what I'm doing, but it's running it pretty damn good. Now keep in mind, I'm playing off of watching what's on the screen, so if it looks bad, it's because I suck, I'll be honest. It gets a little crazy. A little crazy here. But I can't complain. It still looks good and it works well. So yeah, we're gonna get out of that because I don't want you guys seeing me really bomb this shit too damn bad. So we'll go ahead and end that, and then we're going to quit RetroArch. Let's see, let's try one more system. And let's see, let's do PlayStation. And let's see, Capcom versus SNK. You can't go wrong with that. So let's go ahead and open that one up. See if I can do a lot better for you guys. But hopefully you guys are convinced that this is not a bad purchase, under $100, and you get a handheld that is very solid. You can always expand your memory as far as your games that you have on your mini SD card. And yeah, get it loaded up and get it to go. It already comes with the operating system already loaded with it. All you have to do is put your games in a respective folder on your memory card and you're good to go. So if you get like a 1 terabyte card, you can probably get your 1 terabyte card and then just drop your games in there. I just want to load this up. Capcom versus SNK. Looks like it's running it pretty good too. Did it freeze? Nope, we're good. Capcom Blue. Let's do Ryu and Ken. Super easy. Running the PlayStation game is pretty damn smooth. Let's go ahead and turn this down. Pretty cool device. Oh, she want to throw me. Can't see anything. Nope. Oh, she got me. Okay. Yeah, she just want to just violate me like that. That's no problem. I'm right. I don't lose. All right, get on up so you can get that ass whooping again. This thing runs a lot. I'm surprised that this thing runs so many games really well. Come on, man. Stop running. Toss me along like rad doll. Okay. Trying to do a dragon punch. Is that it? Okay, never mind, dude, chill. Let me go ahead and end this. He was about to whoop my ass. All right, let me go ahead and stop that. And let's go ahead and get out just like we did the other one. And I'm pretty sure that there's a function key where I can just hold it and then we get out of it. All right, and let's quit RetroArch. Okay, so let's get to our final thoughts on this. Final thoughts, this is the Anbernic 353VS, and this is under $100. You can get a different version called the 353V, and it will be a dual boot where you have your Android dual booted and also Linux. The underlying system is going to be RetroArch, and that's going to handle your retro games. And then you can expand your storage pretty much and get your bigger memory card, which just like this one, I got a 1 terabyte card. No, I ended up getting a 512 gig card, and it pretty much holds thousands of games. We'll do that later on. But for this, you can't go wrong. Now, something I will note on this one, if you want to do mods, it has your regular Phillips head screwdriver, okay? And you can get into it with 8 screws. For this, what I did notice is that it had like Allen head screws. And for some people, you may not have an Allen head screwdriver. So I would say if you want to do some mods, because there are some pieces out there, they do sell different shoulder buttons. They do sell different D-pads and also different face buttons, just like this. If you were to buy it for say like Etsy or someplace that 3D prints them. If you want to take this thing apart, you're gonna have to use an Allen head screwdriver so you can get these screws out. But they shouldn't be too hard to find. You can get like a El Cheapo set from you know, a hardware store, and you'll be okay. Very easy to take apart because there's only two pieces, a board and then everything else. I would advise take out your memory card before you do any kind of modding. But for the most part, you can get this thing straight out of the box, pay your money for it, and never have to do anything to it unless you feel like tinkering with it. With a powerful system like this, handheld, it's gonna run all of your old retro systems very easy. That's like your Nintendo, your Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and stuff like this. Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, all that. It's not gonna have any trouble running that stuff. Nintendo 64, the only thing that I've noted since I've been playing with this thing on the video is a little bit of audio clipping, and then every now and then some frame skip. But it does play the games pretty well for what this thing is running. I don't have the specs, but you can look on the website and check it out for yourself. As far as like the PSP, PlayStation, Dreamcast, and also Nintendo 64, that's pretty damn good for a device this small and for the price that you get it for. I can't complain about that at all. The only thing I would say maybe a gripe would be analog sticks, only because I have big hands and it just kind of feels a little weird to me. But for the games that need it, it does what it's supposed to do. I would much more prefer a device that has this form factor to have analog sticks, and there is a version of an Anbernic RG353V that's kind of like this, that has a form factor, but it also has the analog sticks. So if you're going down that lane, I would suggest looking on the Anbernic website and getting that one. But for what this is and for the price, I think that you get a great buy for it. Whether you go with this, which is the newer version, or if you go with the Mayu Mini, you can't go wrong. I really do like this device, and I want to thank my friend at work for letting me use this. It took me a week to do the video, but I appreciate it. And I just want to let you know now, I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, you're not getting this shit back, bro. But anyway, let me go ahead and end the video. Final thoughts. I hope you guys liked the video. Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for getting me to 1,000 subs. I have no idea what I did right, but I'm gonna keep trying to do that. And if there are anything that you guys would like to see reviewed on the channel, I'm broke. You got to send it to me, man. Just saying. But anyway, no, seriously, thank you for supporting me up to this point, and I'm gonna keep on pushing. So hope you guys are having a great day. Stay hydrated out there and treat each other well. Thank you. Dark Scare out. Peace.